Hello everyone, my name is Ryson and welcome back to Rysfix. And in my last video, I had cleaned this chain guys. If you guys don't know, then this is a chain maintenance series. In this video, I will adjust this chain and I will tighten it and I will do the lubrication. So this is going to be a very interesting video guys. So see that you like the video now only. And if you are coming on this channel for the first time, see that you subscribe. So come on, let's start the video. Now to tighten a chain of a KTM, you will need one 14mm spanner, one 10 number spanner, one 17mm socket and one 22mm socket. Now to tighten the chain, your most important point is right here. You will have to check your chain on this particular point guys, if it is tight or no. So push the chain upwards like this, and as you guys can see, my chain is touching on top here. It is very loose guys. It's been more than 3 years since I tightened it. So I will take out this cardboard and I will keep it on the side. Now sometimes it happens that on some spots the chain is slightly tighter and on some spots it is loose. So you will have to rotate the tire or the chain and you will have to push the chain upwards on all the points and check on what spot the chain is the tightest when it is pushed up. And you will have to find the tightest point. Once you find the tightest point, on that particular point, you will have to do the adjustment of the chain. Because if you tighten the chain on the spot where the chain is loose, then when you rotate the tire and when the chain comes to the tightest point, it will put more pressure on your engine parts and the chain can even break. So rotate your tire and your chain like this and push the chain up and check your entire chain where is the tightest point. Now everywhere I check, my entire chain is loose. Now this is because my chain is too loose guys. That is the reason why I can't find the point. So I will tighten this chain a little bit first and then again I will try to find the tightest point. Now this is a measuring tape guys. Now according to the manual, the chain tension should be 5 to 7 mm. Now in 1 centimeter there are 10 mm. So here I will take the 7 mm. So this is the 7 mm. Then you will have to keep the tape on the swing arm like this. Now on this spot, if you push the chain up, then a gap should remain of 5 to 7 mm between the swing arm and the chain. Now as you guys can see, this is the 7 mm. So your chain should not touch on top and this much gap should remain between the swing arm and the chain. At the moment my chain is touching the swing arm as it is very loose, so come on, let's tighten it. Now to tighten it, first thing you will need is a 17mm socket. You will have to put it on this side axle bolt like this, because if you only try to rotate it on one side, it will rotate the entire axle, which you don't want. Then come on this side and here you will need a 22mm socket, and now you will have to loosen this nut. You don't have to take it out completely, you just have to loosen it. Now this nut will be very tight, so you will have to make use of a long pipe to loosen it. Once you loosen it, shake the tire a little bit like this, then come on this side. Now you will need a 14mm spanner. So take the 14mm spanner and loosen this nut. Once you loosen this nut, loosen it till here and keep it like that. Then you come on the other side, and this side also you will have to loosen the 14mm nut. Once you loosen this nut on both the sides, now you will have to take a 10mm spanner. Now when you turn this nut in the clockwise direction, your tire will go behind and it will tighten your chain. So don't tighten it too much. Take only 2 turns first and check if your chain is already tightened. Now as you guys can see, after just taking the 2 turns, my chain is now become very tight. Only 2 times I have rotated the nut, and as you guys can see, my chain is not coming up or down. I have to put a lot of pressure to push it up. So it is become too tight. So now I will loosen it, because your chain should not be this tight. Now to loosen the chain, you will have to rotate this nut in the anti-clockwise direction now. Just take 1 turn, and after taking 1 turn, just check the tightness of your chain. And here as you guys can see, my chain has loosened a little bit and it feels like a good setting now. Now when I push the chain up, a gap of 5 or 7 mm remains. I can loosen it more guys, but the first thing that I will do is I will tighten the tire, and then again I will rotate the tire and the chain, and I will find out my tightest point on the chain. I will check the entire chain where it is tight and where it is loose. And once I figure out the point where the chain is the tightest, on that point I will again loosen the tire and I will repeat the same process, and I will either loosen or tighten the chain, and I will keep a gap of 5 to 7 mm between the chain and the swing arm. So like this you will have to adjust your chain guys. Once you are done adjusting your chain, you will have to come near the axle bolt right here, and you will have to check here. And as you guys can see that there are lines or grooves on this attachment. Now these lines are there because on both the axles there should be equal distance. It can't be tightened more on one side and loose on other side, otherwise your tire will not rotate in a straight direction. Many mechanics do this mistake, they only tighten on one side, and when you are riding the bike the guy who is riding behind you can see that your tire is not in the straight direction and it is slightly tilted, and you don't even know that your tire is not in the straight direction. So to avoid that, you will have to see on this side where exactly the extensions on top align with these grooves. Now as you guys can see, there are two extensions on top right here. Now which grooves these extensions are touching, that you will have to check here. Now my front extension is exactly on my first groove, and my back extension is like between my middle and the last groove, as you guys can see. Then you will have to come on the other side. Here also my front extension is aligned with the front groove, and the back extension is between the middle and the back groove. So it feels as if I don't need to adjust this thing, guys. If it is too much forward or backwards, then you will have to adjust it properly. So last time when my chain was adjusted, maybe that guy did not adjust it this side. I don't know about that. Now you will have to hold the 10 mm nut with the spanner like this, and you will have to tighten the 14 mm nut. Once you tighten it properly, you will have to come on the other side again, and on this side also you will have to hold the 10 mm nut with the spanner like this, and then you will have to tighten the 14 mm nut. Once you tighten both of these, you will have to take your 17 mm socket and you will have to put it in place like this. Then take a 22 mm socket and tighten this nut on this side now. Once you tighten this nut, you are done doing your chain adjustment. Now again you will have to rotate your entire tire, and you will have to check the tightness of the chain on that spot where it is the tightest. And when you find the tightest spot, again you will have to loosen the tire and adjust the chain. Once you adjust the chain, get your measuring tape and keep it like this, and then push your chain upwards like this and check how much gap remains between the chain and the swing arm. Now the gap should be 5 to 7 mm, not more than that. If your gap is between 5 and 7 mm, then you are done adjusting your chain, guys. Now as you guys can see, the gap between the swing arm and the chain is like 5 to 7 mm. So I am done adjusting my chain here. But still I'm not done, guys. I'm done with the chain cleaning. I'm done with the chain adjustment. Now the last thing that is left is the chain lubrication. So now get your chain lubricant, which had come in the kit that I had showed you in my last video. I have already put a link of all these things in the description. You can go there and check it out. Now open the can and shake it well before use. Then again get your cardboard and put it in the same position again. And now you will have to spray this chain lube on your entire chain like this. With one hand rotate the tire, and with one hand spray the chain loop on your entire chain like this. Once you spray it on the entire chain, rotate your tire a little bit first. Now while rotating your tire, one thing you'll have to keep in mind, guys. Still you can't start the bike at the moment, because still you have not put the front sprocket cover back. Because one bolt which goes inside your front sprocket cover goes inside the engine as well. Now if you start the bike, then oil can start to come out from that bolt hole. Also spray some lube on the front sprocket, guys. Then again rotate the tire. Then put back your front sprocket cover and the 4 bolts which you had taken out from this cover. Now it's time to put all of them back. And once you put all those 4 bolts back, now you can take off your bike from the paddock stand. So the first thing that you will have to do is keep your side stand on, and then with one hand pull the paddock stand up like this, and with one hand you should be holding your bike on top, and with a relaxing manner you will have to pull the paddock stand up like this. And when you do this, your bike will come off the paddock stand and it will go on the side stand. Now you can adjust your bike however you like and take a test drive. Now after doing the chain maintenance, my chain is looking something like this. How it was looking before and how it is looking now, you guys can see that already. So guys, I'm hoping that this video was useful to you. If you found this video useful, then see that you like and share with your friends and family. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, then see that you subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon so that you will not miss any of my future videos. Till then, this is Rysfix signing out. Until we meet again.